Today we're taking a look at two new products from LogitechG, the G513 mechanical keyboard and G560 gaming speakers. Today's video is sponsored by LogitechG. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Down to Earth Astronomy. Today we're taking a look at two products, and they are all about the lighting setup and how you can use the light to enhance your gaming experience. As always, we're going to start by having a look at the physical tour of the products, and then we're going to go and play some games with it and have a look at the included software. The G513 is a fully mechanical RGB keyboard with a brushed aluminium top. As you can see here, the bezel is quite small, so it doesn't take up much space on your desk. The keys comes in two variants. It either comes in a tactile version, which is the one I have here, or in a linear version. I was quite surprised by the tactile keys because they were surprisingly silent compared to what I've been used to from my current keyboard. The keyboard features floating keycaps, but there's no light underneath the actual keycaps, it just shines through the keys. I don't know if this is a technical or design choice. I don't know if that would look too messy if you decide to let the light bleed out underneath the keys, but at least there was something that I noticed and thought was a little odd now that you decided to go with a floating keycap design. Also, there's a wrist rest included in the box. This does not directly attach to the keyboard, but just sits next to it. At first I thought that was a little odd, but after using it for a while it actually makes a lot of sense. Because people like me who like wider wrist rests will often have a hard time finding a good keyboard. But with a wrist rest like this that you can just move around on your desk, you don't really have that problem. You can just position it at the exact distance from the keyboard that fits your hands. Underneath the keyboard we have a channel for passing through a headphone wire, and both the wrist rest and the keyboard has rubberized feet which prevent them from sliding around on the desk. On the back of the keyboard there is a USB pass-through, which is nice and handy to have. And now to the main feature of today's review, the G560 gaming speakers. In the box you get a fairly large subwoofer and two satellite speakers. The satellite speakers has built-in RGB lighting that features 4 different zones, 2 on each speakers, the accent lighting that you can see from the front, and 2 large lights on the back of the speakers that is used to color the wall behind you or fill up the room that you're in with your desired color of a light. On the back of the right hand speaker you find a 5.5mm headphone jack, you find a power button and a button to connect via Bluetooth, and on the back of the subwoofer you find a input 5.5mm jack as well. On top of the speaker you find a volume rocker and a programmable G key that you can use for pretty much anything that your heart desire. Let's take a quick look at the Logitech gaming software because they actually have quite a set of unique features. First of all the F keys can be reprogrammed, and you can do this per profile. So you can have your default profile, or you can have a specific profile set up for instance, Elite Dangerous. And it already comes with a variety of options in terms of what you can actually toggle those keys to. Lighting, of course, you have pretty much anything you would want. Color waves, key press detection, some kind of ripple effects, fixed colors, breathing effects. It's really, you have a large variety of options, and you also have the options to save your selected profile to the device. So when you plug in the keyboard to a PC that does not have the Logitech gaming software, that profile will still apply. So you don't actually need the software as soon as you set up your whole lighting. And this last one here is actually pretty neat. You can also, per profile, disable specific keys on the keyboard. So let's say that I in Elite didn't want the Control and Alt key to be functioning. I can just go in here and I can disable them, and when I boot up Elite and I switch over to the Elite profile, those keys will then be disabled and will have no function at all. And in the same software we also have control over the speakers. We can of course assign the G key at the top of the speaker to whatever we want. Let's say we want jettison all cargo. There it is. You just drag and drop that, and now, if that's mapped correctly in the game, we should now be able to just push the button on top of our speaker and we'll jettison all our cargo. Lighting, this is where it gets really interesting. Now, as I said, there are 4 zones. We have the accent lighting on the speakers and we have the lighting on the back of the speakers. You can of course disable them individually, and you can set them to a fixed color that you can select, but you can set them to color cycle. But where it really gets interesting, I think, is the screen sampler. Now with the screen sampler, you can go ahead and you can select specific areas of the screen, and it will then average out that area to color the specific zones with the average in that area. So, for instance, here I have set up in such a way that the screen sampler takes the area that's outside the windscreen of my ship. So when I'm in a system with a red star, I get this lots of red lights filling the room, and whenever I move into a system with, for instance, a blue star, I get a much more blue color, so it really helps like emerge and pull the game outside of the screen. I'm having a ton of fun with this. I also tried to set it up so that it would detect the enemy or my locked target. So if it was red, the accent or the room lighting would go red, and the accent lighting would try to capture the shield strength of the enemy ship. This was a little bit more difficult because the HUD in Elite moves around, but I did get it to work fairly well at the end after some playing around with it. You can also use a audio visualizer that will make the speakers lighting mimic the music or the sound that you're playing. So if you play something really loud with a lot of bass, you will get that pulsing effect that is synced to the bass. And you have tons of options in terms of lighting control and colors, and if you cycle through colors, and everything can pretty much be controlled in here. The maximum amplitudes can be controlled, so how high should the music be before the speakers turn on fully, or the lighting turns on completely. There's a lot of customization options, and again, you can do this on a per profile setting. Here's a quick video I just recorded where I was playing some music and where you can see the audio visualizer in effect. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, remember to give it a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.